Hi guys, welcome to Nat Weekly. So today we're gonna talk about Santa Claus and Christmas and miracles. Wait, what? We're gonna talk about miracles? Okay, so before we deep dive into this topic and before I share with you my story, hit the subscribe button below for more weekly inspirations. Because sometimes when you feel down, you might just take a look at my channel. So did you also believe in Santa Claus when you were a kid? Please tell me you did. I have to tell you, I was one of these kids that until the age of 11 or even 12 years old, I would be so convinced that I would try to convince all of my classmates that this is all real. Santa Claus exists. You know that I actually forgot about that story. I forgot that I was that kid. Of course he exists. There's no other way that he doesn't. I remember I went out with my parents when I was a kid, and when we came back, there were presents right underneath the Christmas tree. How can he not exist? Of course he exists. Well, I grew a bit older and at some point I just got it. I was like, okay, it was all my parents the whole time. But this doesn't mean that the miracle was over. The miracle kept going. I kept loving Christmas. I kept loving Hanukkah. I kept enjoying waking up on a December morning and seeing snow outside. I kept enjoying the mood of December. It's a very special mood. But why am I sharing this story? So those of you who have already moved flats, apartments, countries, whatever, you might relate to that. You know, like these moments when you just go to your old room where you grew up, basically, and you go through all of the papers and things that you forgot about. And I happened to find this letter of a little girl that wrote to Santa Claus. Yes, every winter I would wish something for Christmas, and every winter I would write a letter. So I found one of these letters and I cried. I didn't cry because I was sad. I cried and then I gave it to my mom. She cried. I gave it to my dad. He cried. And you know why? Because it was funny. It was super funny. It was something like, "Dear Santa, this year I hope that I was good enough to get your presents." I believe I was. I really tried to be, so I think I do deserve them. So this year I would like to, whatever I wished for, it was some sort of a toy. I think it was a telescope for kids. So I wished for this telescope. The funny part was that I actually told him the address where he could buy it in case he gets lost. So I basically just gave him like instructions. In case you cannot find it, I know the exact street, the name of the street. I was 11, I remember the name of the street and the number, just so he doesn't get lost. I think Google Maps did not exist back then. I mean, just the whole letter was super funny. It was super sweet, thinking of, I was what, 10, 11, 9, 8? I have no idea. But it was so funny to read. The reason I'm sharing that is because when I read that letter, I thought of me back then. Do I still believe in these miracles? Would I want my kids to believe in Santa Claus? Yes, I would. I think believing in Santa Claus as a kid is actually something that brings so much joy. It's just as simple as that. It makes you wait, it makes you expect, it makes you open your eyes and going outside and looking for the present and really believing that there's someone out there giving you this present. And maybe this is exactly what present is about. The present of being present, the present of being here, the present of feeling good, and the present of believing in miracles. Do you believe in miracles? By miracles, I mean the everyday small things that happen to us. Let me share with you something that happened to me yesterday. So yesterday, out of nowhere, out of a sudden, the electricity just shut down. And it didn't come back for a very long time. For that long day, it was already dark outside and I had 7% battery. I had to work the next day. I had to check in for my flight since I am flying home. Going home for Christmas. How was this melody again? Me and my flatmate, we didn't know what to do, and then we figured out that our neighbors do have electricity. They had it. It was only our apartment that didn't have it. So we didn't really know what to do because, I mean, we're both completely new in this apartment, so we didn't know where the problem could be. We didn't even know where, I don't really know how that called in English, but like, it's like this board of these electrical stuff that you need to play around. I'm sorry guys, this is really hard to explain, not in your mother tongue. So we didn't know where that is. We went out for a walk, we come back, we are sure that the electricity is back, and no, it was completely dark. I still had some of my Hanukkah candles left because there were 2 nights that I didn't light the Hanukkah candles. Maybe that was the miracle. Who knows? Suddenly, someone knocked on the door. It's completely dark. We are in the flat. Someone knocks on the door. Go out. And it was a woman. A woman that I see for the first time in my life. And it turns out this woman wanted to give us some keys, like the new keys for the post. And I couldn't believe she's there. I thought you knew. I automatically thought you knew about our problem, but no. She just randomly came exactly when we came back home, exactly when we didn't have electricity, exactly when we didn't know what to do. Nothing. And she was there. She knocked on the door. I couldn't believe that she came. Right where we needed her the most. So she saved our day. You know, when these kind of things happen, I wonder, where does that come from? Is it a miracle? Or maybe people call it energy, maybe people call it universe, maybe it's the law of attraction. Some people call it God, you know? Some people call it luck. You know what? Maybe that's a miracle. What do you think? I challenge you to think of those situations and just to be aware of whenever something like that happens. I choose to call these stories, when there's the right people in the right time, little miracles. I think it's nice. I think it's nice to see these as miracles, just as I thought of Santa Claus when I was a kid. Happy holidays, and see you on the next video. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so.